When the Fractal Terra first launched, I wasn't fully sold on the wood accents or side panel aesthetics, but over time the case has piqued my interest, so here we are. I want to thank Fractal for sending it over to share with you guys. It's a genuinely nice case and is well thought out. The Terra is an air cooling focused 11 litre sandwich layout case with a shiftable internal spine for adjustable clearance between the CPU and the graphics card. Overall clearance will be somewhat reduced with taller graphics cards like the 4080 Founders Edition. This is caused by interference from the GPU side panel lock-in mechanism. This can be overcome to a degree with a 3D printed clip, and I'll include the STL file in the video description. I just want to note that this isn't my design. You can also jerry-rig a cotton bud, which works well, but you'll lose the ability to quick release the side panel. It's an excellent quick fix in any case. In order to install a 25mm thick fan below the PSU, you'll need custom length cables or be limited to a 120mm slim fan. You'll want to run the fan as exhaust, as intake performs notably worse. I'm running a B650 motherboard, 7800X3D, 32GB of 6000 CL30 RAM and an EXP90X53 cooler. I'll include the full parts list in the video description. I decided to test Noctua's cooler duct to see what cooling benefits it provides, and the short answer is nothing tangible. The CPU remained at its thermal limit of 90C during Cinebench and scored within a run-to-run variance. In short, cooler ducts are not a one-fit-all solution in most cases, don't do much, if anything, despite popular belief. For the PSU, I'm using the Extreme A50R from Silverstone with custom unsleeved cables. I'll include the cable lengths I used in the video description, but note that these cable lengths may not work for a different PSU model or graphics card. I've also offset the PSU with the included 6mm standoffs for flow-through style graphics cards. The PSU can be offset by up to 10mm if you have enough side panel clearance. I'm running an RTX 4080 Super Founders Edition, which shouldn't come as a surprise for ITX users, and it doesn't really suffer from fan turbulence. I found it was within 1 decibel with the GPU fully against the side panel versus at a distance. This allows you to utilize the maximum available CPU cooler clearance, but it's worth noting that the Fractal Terra does suffer from noticeable CPU fan turbulence when too close to the side panel. With the build out the way, I want to quickly share my CPU BIOS settings. Those on an Asus board can use AI Tweaker, and those not can use AMD overclocking. Both achieve the same result. However, if you plan on copying these settings, you may need to tweak the PBO curve optimizer setting based on your silicon quality. Before moving on to thermal testing, here's a quick size comparison against the Foam DT1. The Fractal Terra is slightly shorter but wider. Now let's dive into thermals. During gaming, temperatures sit in the mid-70s for the CPU and mid-50s for the GPU. I did my best to try and illustrate noise during gaming. The system remains fairly quiet under load, relatively speaking that is. Up next we have CPU multi-core. This is more just for comparison purposes to gauge CPU cooling behavior. Last up we have the GPU stress test. Before closing out the video, I'd like to apologise for the lack of videos as of late, but know that I've not been idle. So I want to thank you all for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.